I want to bring in our Foreign Affairs editor, Geeta Mohan, who's joining us right now. Geeta, what does this mean? India, of course, will be coming out with a quick diplomatic response. Did we think this would happen? Because he had practically threatened it yesterday, suggesting that if we don't do with what America says, he's going to substantially raise the tariff. Geeta, can you hear me? All right, we're going to try and connect to my colleague Geeta Mohan in just about a minute, but viewers, it cannot get bigger than that. Moreover, the relationship between India and America cannot get worse than what it is right now. The latest executive order signed by the President of the United States of America has slapped India with a 50% tariff now. 25 earlier, 25 now. All of this with what President of America says in response to its continued purchase of Russian oil. I want to bring in Rohit back into this conversation because, Rohit, ultimately this is no longer about trade. This is very clear, pushing India to make a geopolitical choice.
Thing that the executive order has written in it, and I'm just looking at it right now. It says, should a foreign country retaliate against the United States in response to this action, I may modify this order to ensure the efficacy of the actions herein ordered, meaning that if India responds with reciprocal tariffs or increases tariffs on America, he may further go and increase tariffs on India again. So Donald Trump making it pretty clear that his stand is firm. He does not want India to purchase oil from the Russians, and he is going to use this as an excuse to A, bring India to the table to get a trade deal done, and B, stop or ask India to stop purchasing oil from the Russians. So this is massive, as I was saying. I think nobody expected it to go as high as 50%. It is going to create a big impact. And essentially, a lot of those sectors that we've talked about all these days and months, in agriculture, about how not allowing the Americans to come and have an open and free market. I think Donald Trump is firm that he wants those markets available to American manufacturers. And that was kind of backed by the point that his NEC director said this morning on Fox News that President Trump believes that India could possibly, if it stops purchasing the oil from Russia, could end this war. We saw Stephen Witkoff was in Russia. He had a good meeting as far as the American media is concerned. They've been reporting that it was a good meeting. A lot of people were hoping that it is possible that if the Russians have agreed to some kind of template to achieving a ceasefire, Donald Trump may excuse India, but it doesn't seem so. I think he's come out and laid this order that clearly tells us that it's 21 days from now, there will be additional 25% tariffs on India. And if India were to retaliate, he can increase the tariffs again. Preeti.
Rohit, all of this in the backdrop of India's argument, which practically underlines the hypocrisy of America because it continues to purchase fertilizers and uranium where it comes down to Russia. It has a 90-day tariff pause on China, which is one of the biggest buyers where Russia is concerned. So how does it all match up?
Well, Preeti, that is America for all of us, right? I mean, Americans have always had double standards for things they do versus things they want other people to do. It could be, taking unilateral action against a foreign country if they wanted to. I mean, remember way back when George W. Bush decided to invade Iraq, my bad. Russia, came to the UN and said it's not right. But look what they did. They said they can do it, and they went ahead and did it. So I think all US presidents have been culprit of having double standards to suit their policy, to suit their foreign agenda. And I don't think President Trump is any different. The only factor is, like with other countries that President Trump has negotiated, he has not put a geopolitical issue at the center of that trade deal. But with India, I think this purchase of Russian oil is irking him into the point that he's ready to take this to war.
Well, stay on with me, Rohit, because, that's 100% correct. This is not trade anymore, viewers. This is blackmail. This is bullying, where you're trying to push India to make a geopolitical choice. 50% tariff is what America has slapped India with, which will be in effect in 21 days from now. What it would mean for India could be devastating, but what would be India's response? Because India has refused to kowtow or bow down to the whimsical demands of the United States of America, especially when it comes down to making that geopolitical choice that America is pushing India to. All of that in the backdrop, viewers, of the sheer fact that America continues to buy from Russia where fertilizers, uranium is concerned, or that there is a 90-day tariff pause on China, and China is one of the biggest buyers where Russia and Iranian oil is concerned. So look at the hypocrisy there.